Okay. And spring 20, we rather looked at garden designers of that period. So following on from Victorian gardens, which were very formal, William Robinson, amazing man, he decided that actually we were missing wild gardens. And he wrote this fabulous book about wild gardens, about a different kind of garden, more natural. Really interesting. He worked with Gertrude Jekyll, one of our most famous garden designers. But this whole idea of wild, beautiful gardens is sort of what started our inspiration going. So, Grandiflora Rose. We start with some flowers, I think. We're quite well known for flowers, are we? I think so. So we took that idea of a wild garden. Wow. And there is a wild garden. Wild anemones, primulas, geraniums, wild geraniums, of course, okay? Kind of a star in the DG flower, I think. Weave collection Manipur. We all know Manipur? Yes. Great. 12 colours, and now you have 24. Okay, we did that with Nabucco, remember? And we had this amazing velvet and everybody loved it. So, yeah, we convinced Simon that another 12 colours was absolutely necessary. Begging. Okay. Hannah's got this beautiful, which we'll look at afterwards, a corduroy, very informal corduroy velvet. It's already been taken by furniture manufacturers, so very excited about corduroy. Manipur wallpapers. Pierrick, this is down to you. Okay. 40 colours of plain vinyls, suitable, very suitable for contract. 2 designs, chinon, going with, thank you, and grass cloth, and then Manipur, okay, really good check, really good textures. A tulip, okay, kind of in a similar vein, but a very different fabric to Peonia, but these really gorgeous hand-painted flowers. Just remember, everybody, I know you know that everything is hand-painted in the studio. Every colour is hand-painted, every stroke. And, yeah, so, spring tulip. Just remember something like Pujin, okay? Such a beautiful fabric. And it's so easy to forget some of these collections. Just remind all our clients they've invested in these fabrics, we want them to sell them. Padua. How beautiful is Padua? Okay, we must keep going. Hannah has a gorgeous new fabric in 50 colours called Tarazona, and that works off Manipur. So if you were thinking, why don't we have a plain that works with Manipur, now you have it. And look at the tulip cushions. Katie, turn that round, because I never know which is the back and which is the front. Just to say that other people's cushions aren't like that. You know, they're a bit of fabric, nicely made, but these are actually painted specially for what they are. And then for those of you that think that's quite a large scale, okay, so we have a really gorgeous tulip garden. These are sort of wild tulips, really. Smaller scale, very easy, working off all the Manipurs. Sarai, how gorgeous is Sarai? Okay, and new colourway of Manipur. I'm not sure I like that colour. No, that's better. Let's see that tulip, the other side, sweetheart. Yeah. Fleur du jour on the back. Okay, so you remember our scenes and murals. Fleur de nuit, and how gorgeous is Fleur du jour. Okay, so those work together. Some new colours of Manipur. So really, what I love about this is it becomes a beautiful mark. So it's those hand-painted flowers, and that's the amazing thing about technology, what we can do with it. So Yulan, It's nothing quite as amazing as magnolias. We have two colorways, and then the original colorway of the panel. So those that really cannot see color and only want neutral, how stylish is sepia flower? We just were thinking of all those wonderful sepia photographs and transformed an anemone into being completely neutral. Except it's not completely neutral because there's little bits of green in it, and so it livens it up. But there you are. People that don't want to use anything other than neutral. We know we have a third of our collections are neutral, but the public don't know that. So that's what we need to say. Bracken, okay, really wonderful fabric collection, Bracken. It's just completely timeless. And a new collection called Arista, which we want to see on every Herman Miller chair that's ever been made, and chambray, some wide width linens. Okay, really good pinstripe, two designs, pinstripe and a plain, wide width. Maple tree. So still neutral, but just warm. It does work off sansui. Okay, so always go back to the panels. So the panels, the vinyls, all our plain wallpapers, and just kind of warm neutral. So glamorous, delightfully expensive. Hollyhock. I think there are about 8 different thread colours, totally embroidered, embroidered onto linen. Okay, so that we're getting these different textures within the decorative collection. So manifold, more colourways of Brera and Ariska there. Cushion, also specially embroidered so that the pattern works within that 65 by 45. Little bits of moss. Very neutral. Warm neutral. Cool neutral. Whatever we want. Parterre. So part of William Robinson's garden was his walled garden. Very geometric. Most of these wonderful old gardens, like Gravetime Manor, which was actually his house. I don't know if anybody has ever been to Gravetime Manor, but the wild garden there is fantastic. It's worth a day trip, maybe in the spring. And the most amazing walled garden. You will catch a glimpse of it in the film. And the whole point about the parterre is they're very geometric, usually with flowers and vegetables. So that's our parterre. And the cushion, we just put a little bit of gold on there, you know, a little bit of glamour. Gold foil, which is quite a difficult thing to do on a piece of fabric. Printed on velvet. All these warm colours of grass cloth. Our velvets are kind of wonderful. They upholster like a dream. The other colourway is over there. I love these bamboo leaves. I think they're beautiful. So this is layers of hand painting. The leaves, the background, and then Sophie magically puts it all together, and everybody starts dreaming of what it might be. So bamboo, a little bit of gold on the cushion, on both sides. Look, how subtle. Glamorous, but never ostentatious, I think. Corda cushions, they're going to sell like mad, we think, we hope. Glass house. In every wonderful old garden there was a glass house. And this is loosely based on a glass house. Totally embroidered, geo. So for those people that do not want flowers, and there are plenty of them, but are still using fabric, less of those, but still, I think that's very stylish, very beautiful. About 7 or 8 colours, totally embroidered, and kind of really easy. corda, cushions, some regato cushions. Regato is selling so well, the new regato, so that's really exciting again. And parterre wallpaper. Okay, just a slightly different scale, smaller, also really good contract, whatever. Great texture. And under it is actually, can you just lift that up, please? Ukiyo from Casablanca really sells well. So bring Casablanca, although it's a slightly different background, it's good to remember that as well, okay? The second colorway of Hollyhock, which was originally called Holy Oak. Says William Robinson. Anyway, but actually we were visiting Frank Lloyd Wright house in Los Angeles last week, and the whole theme was this hollyhock, and I thought, okay, Frank Lloyd, yeah. Pujin, again, Voluta, I think, or is that Tarazona?
That's Tarazona.
Okay, new Tarazona. Trentino, good, okay. Fantastic, you know, gorgeous wide width Trentino. Some throws, really nice light spring, sort of light mixture of cotton and wool and all sorts in that throw. Okay. So the other colorway of Grandiflora, Rose. Some of you might remember the original Grandiflora. We are talking later about February, the exhibition at Fashion and Textile. And hopefully you'll all be there and come and visit it. But we just thought we would remind you that I can't make this. This is our last bit. Now, when we originally designed something like that, we would have to work in repeat. Sexy colours. Well, colours can be sexy. Come on. The other colourway of Fleur de Jour. New colourways of Grandiflora. Please don't forget this fabric, this gorgeous fabric. These sell incredibly well, but you just have to bring the books out. And that's what we find, is the books get forgotten. So please remind people. Also Anshu, really great fabric. We've got them all. The fact is we have 4 new essential collections, which we'll talk about in a moment. But our vocabulary is enormous. Let's not forget it. I really love this. I think it's so cool. Just gorgeous. My sort of colours. Celadon. Okay. Well, they're all my sort of colours. The other colourway of Glass House. Something much cooler. Great, a bit of moss Ferrezi. What else did we show? Oh, Bracken. Really good colours of Bracken and parterre on the walls. Let's just lift that up. The original colourway of Kusomi with maple tree. Very romantic. Some magnolias, some peonies, some leaves, and some beautiful birds. And how gorgeous is the throw, and the cushion, and Fitzrovia. Really beautiful, glamorous fabric. That collection is starting to sell really well. So if we add all of these weave collections that are starting to sell really, really well, it will be very exciting. And the other colourway of Padua, you know, absolutely gorgeous. And why not put Alphonse with that? So there's so much choice, you know. You've got so many different kinds of people that you can work with. And that's the idea. We broaden all the time. The other colourway of parterre, absolutely love that. More vital, great turquoise. How great with Varese, with Alphonse, with Maniple, Corda. Every scheme really flexible, versatile. Ariska, we'll come to that afterwards, but gorgeous, strong colours. And then, last but not least at all, the Jardin Chinois in all these gorgeous greens. Fabulous with Morier. You can keep those cushions actually, they will look great. And the bamboo leaf of bamboo on one side, ivy leaves on the other side. How beautiful is that? All sent to India, digitally printed, then the foil goes on top of that. One of my very favorites, Savoie. If you've seen the house in the book, you'll see that that fabric was made for our house in London. So, okay, we'll look at the film.